Hello everyone, welcome to this new edition of Juniper webinar. As most of you know me, I'm Manuel Romero, I'm a member of the Sales Consultants team, and today I'm here to talk about the Juniper directly contracted accommodation. Please note that the control panel on the right, it will be available through the whole presentation for you to ask questions to which I will respond at intervals specifically allowed for this purpose. And should your questions be left unanswered, you can rest assured that you will receive a response by email. Also, for those of you not following this webinar in real time, at the end of the presentation, you will find our contact details, and we will be glad to help you with any question you may have. So the agenda we will talk about today, it will be an introduction of this model. What is this model? How does it work? How does this model add value to your business? We'll make a demo of 15 minutes more or less, and we'll make a brief closure. So the introduction will start by showing a diagram to contextualize this model and giving you an overview of all the models we have in Juniper. Starting from the left, you can see products categorized by colors according to their type and separated under external suppliers and on contracts. This product is processed at the center of our diagram by booking engine models that enable product functioning and management. And then next on the right, there are the different distribution channels through which product will be made accessible to customers. Models for which webinars have been previously offered are highlighted in orange, which means that there is information and videos available on the YouTube channel, which is the case of the counting model that was the last webinar we have done. So today we will talk about the accommodation, directly contracted accommodation, which is among the models that are in the hosted contract. So let's start. What is Juniper directly contracted accommodation? This module allows operators, travel agencies, DMCs, and bed banks to input the details of those properties they contract directly with into their Juniper solution and to market them through the internet. With this module, you will be able to keep a record of cost and sales prices, update accommodation, content, offers, releases, supplements. Also, you will be able to put these contracts at the disposal of your customers through the different distribution channels. And also, you will be able to generate reports and statistics to control price list, sales follow-up, occupancy, forecast, room lists, etc. How does it work? The registration process of each accommodation through the Juniper directly contracted accommodation module consists in the introduction of the following parameters in the system. General is the basic information such as the accommodation name, description, address, category, accommodation type, pictures, services, special notes, etc. All the basic information about our hotel, about our accommodation, sorry. Then we need to introduce the room types and meal plans, which means configuration of the different room types, number of adults and children allowed, and available meal plans. Then we'll also introduce allotments, the configuration of the different types of allotment, for example, base allotment, minimum allotment, extra allotment, secure allotment, and maximum allotment. The supplier contracts is the creation and configuration of an unlimited number of contracts with their costs, supplements, offers, releases, and restrictions. Also the sales contracts, which is the creation and configuration of an unlimited number of sales contracts with the possibility also to offer different prices and accommodation depending on the customer or market with their rates, percentage type or fixed type markup, and the distribution rules required. The taxes, which is the configuration of the different taxes depending on uh, each country, VAT, municipality tax, tourist tax, etc. that will affect the booking applied to the sales price and or the cost price. And then also we'll have to configure the cancellation policies, which is the assignment of cancellation policies to each accommodation and management of their application rules. Okay, so however, all of this type of configuration we will talk about later on the demo bar, which is more easy to understand how can we introduce all this information in our system. So let's move forward. How does this module add value to your business? So thanks to a Juniper tightly contracted accommodation model, you will be able to manage in a complete and flexible way all the parameters related to the property, configuring the purchase and sales contracts, accommodation rates, supplement offers, pictures and characteristics of the accommodation, and all the rooms. Also, you are able to create an unlimited number of contracts adapted to every different market, nationality, or client. Also, the possibility to contract the accommodation extra module, and you will be able to, with the accommodation extra module, you will be able to connect channel managers to automate the loading, and also you will be able to give the accommodation owner access to the system to configure the different parameters of the purchase contract. Um, the possibility to complement your direct contracting with offers from third parties, contracting host-to-host connections, centralize all the operations from a single configuration screen. Also, you will be able to control the distribution um, with a comprehensive management of business rules, and to finally end, you will be able to register all your accommodation contracts quickly and easily, which is very, very important. So after speaking about how this model can add value to your business, we'll move forward to the demo part, which is the most interesting for you. So we will access to our system with our credentials. Wait a second until my internet. Wait a second. Okay, I think it's working now. Yes. Well, the first part in order to explain this model is to mention that first we have to configure uh, some pre-default parameter, which are categories. For example, we have already configured in our system these categories, but in case that you need more, you can add more, of course. Then also we have to check the hotel chains in case you need to add one more. Also, we have the pre-default board type, which is all-inclusive bed breakfast, full board, half board, room only. And depending on the accommodation you will introduce to the system, you need to keep in mind that this this regimen, these board types must be configured before. Then we can configure the occupancy of type of the room. So as you can see, we have a lot of pre-default categories, or type of room, sorry. And then we have also two more important, the seasons. For example, 2012 start January and finish in December of the same year. But in case that you need more seasons, you should need to add more of this. So after we check these pre-configure characteristics, we will go to accommodation, all. Okay, and when we are in this part, in the property search, we can see all the different accommodation we have loaded in the system with the different type of columns. So we have here the accommodation name, description, category, supplier, department, hotel chain, destination, all the important information just to visualize it. But then we have also the possibility to filter depending on what we want to search. And also we have the option to export this information to an Excel. So in our case, as we don't have enough time to load a new property, we will search for one, Hotel Alcudia. So here we are in the general section, which, as I explained before, it's all the basic information such as the accommodation name, the description, the area, the address, the position on the map, and all the basic information we must have about this accommodation in our system. And something which is very important is if this accommodation is active or not. So we need to check if this we have active this accommodation or not, because if it's not active, it won't appear. So when we configure this part, this basic information, we have also some advanced information depending on sales channels offering this property, and quite information that maybe not for all of you. So I won't speak about this part, but which something it's important to mention is the content management, which here we can select the pictures of the accommodation, and also we have the possibility to add videos in order to let our customers see in video or in photos this accommodation. Then we have the services, and as explained before, all the services has been configured before, and if we do in that way, then here we just need to select the services that this accommodation has. Okay, so as you can see, we have hotel services, room services, uh, and quite a lot of information. So when we have configured this section, we can go to the next one, which is rooms and meal plans. And also, as I explained before, here we must configure the board type, which has been configured previously. So if we have done it before, then just here we need to select what board types this accommodation has. And then also in the rooms section, we can add the type of rooms that this accommodation offer. So in this case, one adult plus one child, two adults, three passengers. I mean, depending of the type of rooms that this accommodation has, we will add new rooms or whatever we need. Okay, so this part is really easy in case that we want to add a new room if we had done it before. we will just search it or select the ranks of occupation that should be searched in the rooms. Or if we just select one of these that has been created before, we can see the name, the description, which we can put the description for room in HTML, and then we have minimum age and more information. So to move to the next section, which is allotments, here we have the allotment contracts, which is the availability of this accommodation. In this case, we have one contract created. So if we click to see details and go to general information, we can see the name, if this allotment is active or not active, and also something is very important is to the access conditions. So here we can select if this accommodation, if this allotment, if this contract is allowed to all markets, all end user regions, all agency groups, and all clients. This is something you need to keep in mind in order to configure this part. So then here we have that this allotment contract is from 1 2019 to 31 2023. Then also we have the option, which is a must, to configure the number of the availability that this accommodation has. And in the legend you can see that, for example, this one that are in FS are in free in sale. This one just have 10 availability family rooms. So here we can decide, we can put all the information regarding how many availability has this accommodation for each month, and this kind of information. So after we have done this, as you can see, it's really easy to understand. Here we need to just select, for example, if these days we have just 10 available, we just put 10 and we save. So after we do this, we have other elements, which in this case is just to stop sales in case that we don't have any more available, and that's it. Then to move forward, as this is quite easy to manage, we will speak about the suppliers contracts. And as I explained before, here is the creation and configuration of an unlimited number of contracts with their costs, supplements, offers, releases, and restrictions. So as you can see here, we have one supplier contracts created. So we'll click to see details and general information. And as you can see, this supplier's contract, we have here the basic information about the name, the type of the contract, the category, the season dates, which is not the same as the season we put before. Here is the duration of the contract with the accommodation owner. Then we have the currency per default, and then also a lot of information depending on how do you want to configure this module. Because as you can see, this depends on each business, and we don't have time to explain each part. So, and then as before, we have also the access of condition, which is a really important part to take care of it. Then also we have something about additional information about external codes, internal nodes, and more data to put inside. And also something very important is we need to select an allotment contract, and also to select if this supplier's contract is active or not. After this, also in this case, in the suppliers contract, we have also, as I explained before, to select the cost. So as you can see here, we have one cost rates, a listing of cost rates available. So we will click here, and as you can see, also we have the duration of the contract, and here we have the cost, the prices that the accommodation owner are charging us for each double, triple family room, etc. So here we just need to put the cost, what is the cost of each accommodation, and that's it. Also, here we have the possibility to configure also supplements, offers, restrictions, cut-off dates, release, and sales volume, commission, and contribution. But we won't explain it because it will be too much. So then after we have configured our supplier's contract with the accommodation owner, we'll move to the sales contracts, which is the most interesting for most of you. Here you can see we have one sales contract created, so we will go to general information to see, as before, a little basic information about the contract, but something interesting here is that we have the option to select the rates type. If we want to put a fixed prices for the for sailing this accommodation, or if we want to apply a markup. So, and also you must select the supplier's contract we have configured before, because for example you can have different allotments, different suppliers contracts, and different sales contracts, of course. And then as before, access conditions, and then we have quite a lot more information to configure. When we have the sales contracts, the basic information configured, we can go to the rates. So in that case, as in this sales contract we have selected a markup, here we can decide again how much markup do we want to apply for this accommodation. So in this case we are applying 20% of markup, and as you can see here we have the cost, the markup we are applying, and also you have the sales price for each room type. So here we can decide how many markup and see a visual, make an overview about the cost, the markup, and our sales price. Well, after we have done this, also we have, as I explained before, some complements, some elements, supplements, offer, restrictions, scope of days, release, and also the possibility to make a stop sales. And as you can see, which is important, the season dates, the suppliers contracts, which is which works together with the sales contracts, and also the access conditions. Then we have two more parts, which are the taxes. So depending of each country and each business requirements, we can configure different taxes to apply. For example, if we want the wind tax included, we can we can put the name of the tax, if it's apply both sales price or cost price. The tax type, maybe not is a percentage, but this is a fixed per person or fixed per room, whatever you need. And here we can select the percentage over the booking. In this case, it will be 0.5. And also here we can select if we want to apply this tax in a number of sales channels, all or nationalities. So then The last section we have is the cancellation policies, which we can be configured before, as I explained, or we can make a new cancellation policy for each accommodation depending on your needs. So here, as you know, we configure the rules for managing the cancellation policies for each accommodation, depending on what you have. Uh, what you have. So this will be all the explanation about how directly contracted accommodation works. So in case that you have some questions, you can ask me right now. But if not, uh, we will move to the presentation again. So in case that you are interested on this model or you want to have more information, you can go to our landing page, in which you can find uh, quite a lot of information that I mentioned in this webinar. Then you also have in the support you have an article explaining also more information about how does it work, and in our YouTube channel you will find this video uploaded the next week. So you can go there, and also you can watch other YouTube webinars about different models we have in order to learn a little more about what we have in Juniper. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you are doing great in your house. Uh, if you want to contact us, you can send us an email, and we will be glad to help you with any question you may have about this model. So thank you so much and have a nice day. Bye bye.